that complements, these are the normal proteins which are found to be present in
आवाज येत नाही
serum.
सर.
एक मिनिट. आता आवाज येतोय?
हो सर.
येतोय सर.
In the last period, we have talked about complements, and we have seen that complements, these are the normal proteins which are found to be present in serum or in circulation. Mostly they are synthesized in liver, but it is not the case that only in liver it is synthesized. There are other different organs where they are synthesized. So biosynthesis of complements can take place in liver mostly, but macrophages, spleen, and other organs can also, up to certain extent, be involved in the synthesis of these complements. These are referred as complement because of their activity, because of their biological effect. The biological role of this complement is complementing the action of immune system as far as destruction of the pathogen or antigen is concerned. So for elimination of the antigen or destruction of the antigen or neutralization of the antigen, these complements are playing an important role in, or they are complementing the role of immune system in eliminating, and so these are referred as complement, right? The ultimate aim of this complement is to lyse the antigen or destroy the antigen in association along with the immune system, right? So up to this we have seen in the last period. Now we will go further. I am sharing my screen. Just respond me whether you are able to see my screen or not.
Yes sir, this is it.
Okay. If you are able to see, then it's good. So I think yesterday we have stopped here, and I was talking about that activation of complement can take place via three ways. Classical pathway is there, alternate pathway is there, and lectin pathway is there. We have also talked about the fact that classical pathway, it is activated by antibodies, and therefore classical pathway is a component of humoral immunity, that is antibody mediated immunity. Whereas alternate pathway, which is activated by other stimulus other than the antibodies, hence referred as alternate pathway, and it is a component of innate immunity. Further, when you talk about lectin pathway, this is the third pathway for activation of complement, which is activated by lectin. Again, this lectin is a normal serum protein. It is involved in activation of this complement, so it is called as lectin pathway. The overall process of lectin pathway and classical pathway is near about same, except the first step, that is activation of the complement. Otherwise, many of the steps are similar. Slightly different is the alternate pathway. So let us talk about this pathway in detail one by one. Okay. Now coming to the first one, which is the most studied one and well known one, is the classical complement pathway. Now this the classical complement pathway, this is the chain of events in which complement components react in a specific sequence, which we normally refer as cascade. The chain of events in which complement components react in a specific sequence following activation of C1 and typically culminate in the immune cytolysis is referred as classical pathway. That is to say that it involves a sequence of reactions. On an average, when you talk about classical pathway or activation of the complement by classical pathway, the classical activity or activation of component, depends upon the operation of 9 different proteins from C1 to C9, which are acting in the sequence. When you talk about the first step in the classical pathway is the binding of C1 to antigen antibody complex. As I have stated earlier, that antigen antibody complex is acting as a stimulus for activation. So the first step in the classical complement fixation pathway is the binding of C1 to antigen antibody complex, right? Now here also you should keep in mind that C1 is a molecule made up of 3 subunits. What are these 3 subunits? C1q, C1r and C1s. QRS, these are the 3 component of C1, right? Now it begins with the component C1, and basically the C1q, the effective activation, it is with C1q. Are you getting me or not? When you talk about antigen antibody complex formation, here I am taking it for granted that you know that the antibody, the type of antibody or the class of antibody involved in this association will be either immunoglobulin G or immunoglobulin M. Because yesterday I have told you that immunoglobulin M and immunoglobulin G can only participate in complement fixation pathway, right? So the recognition unit, that is C1 rather you can say, amongst the C1 subunits, the recognition unit is C1q. C1q is the active component which reacts with the Fc region of the immunoglobulin molecules attached. Now it is stated that activation is initiated by binding of this with CH2 domain on the Fc region. C1q, which is a subunit of C1, will initiate the binding with the Fc region of the antibodies attached to the antigen. Now, as I stated, that it can be either immunoglobulin G or it can be immunoglobulin M. If it is immunoglobulin M, it is a macromolecule, and therefore a single immunoglobulin M molecule can very easily interact with C1q, and that the domain which is involved in attachment is, if it is immunoglobulin M, then it will be CH4 domain, and if it is immunoglobulin G, it will be CH2 domain. Getting me? So activation is initiated by binding with CH2 domain or CH4 domain on the Fc region of antibody which is involved in the formation of complex with the antigen. Here, another one thing you should keep in mind, that the active C1q, for its activation, at least 2 binding sites of immunoglobulin are essential. That is to say that if it is immunoglobulin G molecule, then at least 2 immunoglobulin G molecule should be attached to the surface molecule so that there can be 2 sites CH2 domain, because in a single immunoglobulin G molecule you will find only one CH2 domain in the Fc region, and the requirement is that for activation of C1q at least 2 binding sites are required. So these 2 binding sites, in case if it is immunoglobulin G involved in the reaction, there will be requirement of at least 2 immunoglobulin G molecule, then only C1q can be activated. But in case if it is immunoglobulin M molecule, a single molecule is able to bind the C1q because it is a macromolecule. At least 5 different CH4 regions are there in the domain of immunoglobulin M molecule. So that problem is not there. So in case of immunoglobulin N molecule, a single molecule is able to bind the C1q. So this is the first step. C1q is attached to the immunoglobulins of at least 2 molecules of immunoglobulin G will be required for initiation of the process. Right now, when the first component is activated, that is C1q, when C1q is activated, C1q will bind. C1q binding in the presence of calcium, C1q will be binding in the presence of calcium ion, leading to sequential activation of C1r and C1s. First, it is C1q which gets activated, then in presence of calcium ions, there is sequential activation of C1r and C1s, right? So sequential it will start. Further, the activation will start, will C1q, as I stated, it will bind to the Fc portion of the immunoglobulin and activate C1r and C1s, right? C1s is activated. Now this C1s is acting as esterase. This has got enzyme activity. Now this is the first interaction or the first reaction, what you can say. After addition of or after activation of C1s, this C1s is able to act as an enzyme that is referred as C1 esterase. Now you must be noting this bar over the surface, over the surface of this or over the head of this C1s. This is an indication that now this is activated. This has acquired biological activity. So it is now working as an esterase, right? So C1, it is starting with C1 with C1q. C1q1 gets attached to the immunoglobulin molecule. It consequently activates C1q and C1r and C1s. Now here C1s, basically it is acting as an esterase. This is the first step of classical pathway. Now this C1 esterase, which acquires after activation, it acquires the what you say biological activity. Now this C1s will act on the subsequent or the another component in the complement fixation pathway. So what it does, it acts on C4. If you remember, I stated that there is a sequential reaction, but only C4 comes before C2. So here after C1, the activated C1 component, that is C1s, which is acting as an esterase, it will act on the next component, that is C4, component 4 in the complement. So C4 will be splitted into two, C4a and C4b. Can anybody tell me amongst this C4a and C4b, which is the larger component and which is the smaller component? Anybody can unmute and tell me which is the larger component and which is the smaller component. Can anybody tell me? When esterase act on C4, it splits into two, C4a and C4b. Can anybody tell me which is the larger molecule? Yes? Which is the larger molecule? While in talking about nomenclature, we have discussed this thing. जब nomenclature की बात मैंने की थी तो मैंने ये बताया था, हाँ, yes,
C4b.
A,
C4b is a larger.
C4, right, very good. C4b is a larger molecule and C4a is a smaller molecule. Another one important thing you keep in mind, that whenever we talk about splitting and getting a larger component, the larger component is gets involved in the cascade formation in the reaction, whereas the smaller fraction, whatever it is, the smaller fraction will be after splitting, it will be released into the circulation, and this smaller fraction, it has an ability to participate in the immunological reaction in circulation. Mostly in this case, C4A, which is a smaller fragment, this C4A, after splitting, it gets into circulation, it is moved into circulation, it acts as an anaphylatoxin. It acts as an anaphylatoxin, whereas C4B, which binds to the cell membrane along with C1. It binds to the C1. So C4 binds to the cell membrane along with C1. So C1 is there already. C1 with C1 it will bind. Now this complex will become C14B, which is also written as C4B. Which is also written as C4B, stating that there are two components now, C1 and C4B. Okay, so this is the second step, that C1s esterase acts on C4, splitting it into two, C4A and C4B. C4A gets into circulation and it has the ability of acting as an anaphylatoxin, whereas C4B, which is a larger fragment, it will bind to the cell membrane along with C1 and form a complex C14B, which is also referred as C4B. Right? This is the second step. Now this C4B, further to this complex, C2 binds to this C4B. Now C2, when it comes here, C2 is cleaved in again two fragments, C2A and C2B. C4B, which is a larger fragment which remains in association with C1 to the cell bound or to the cell membrane. Now this C4B, which is an active fragment, right? C4B, which is an active fragment, in presence of magnesium ion, it cleaves C2. In presence of magnesium ion, it cleaves C2 into two fragments as C2A and C2B. I repeat, C4B, a active fragment of C4B in presence of magnesium ion, is able to cleave C2 into C2A and C2B. C2A and C2B, whatever are formed. Now can anybody tell me which is the larger segment and which is the smaller one?
C2A is larger and C2B
Very
is
good.
smaller.
Very good. Very good. Very good. So C2A is a larger segment and C2A remains linked to the cell, or it remains, or it bounds to the cell along with C4B. Right? So now the complex becomes C4B2A, isn't it? Now it will become C4B2A, whereas the C2B, which is the smaller fragment, this C2B is released into the circulation, which acts as the anaphylatoxin and so forth. So further, this C2, after its binding with C4B, it becomes now C4B2A. It becomes C4B2A. Now this C4B2A, it is a trimolecule complex consisting of C4B2A, and this is referred as protease enzyme. ज्यांचा म्यूट चालू आहे म्यूट करा. The C4B2A, it acquires the protease activity, which is referred as C3 convertase. Now this is very important enzyme you should keep in mind, because C3 component, as I stated yesterday, is the key point. is the main point, is the starting point of all these interactions. Up to this, there are variation in classical pathway, alternate pathway, and lectin pathway, but beyond C3, all the pathways follow the same path. They have the same path. So this is the first enzyme which is formed, which is referred as C3 convertase. What is this enzyme consisting of? It consists of C1, C4B, 2A. C4B2A has an enzyme activity which is referred as C3 convertase. I repeat, C4B2A is referred as C3 convertase. Now, what is the role of this C3 convertase? How it will act? Now, this C3 convertase, it will act on the component C3 of the classical pathway. It is referred as C3 convertase of classical pathway, right? It is referred as C3 convertase of classical pathway. This C3 convertase, it splits C3 component into two fragments again, C3A and C3B. Again, C3A, which is a smaller component, it is released and passes into circulation, acting as anaphylatoxin or possesses anaphylatoxin activity, and it is having chemotactic activity for polymorphonuclear leukocytes, that is neutrophils, which are normally present in circulation. So this act, it has to play, this is very important now. C3A, which is a smaller fragment which is formed as a result of action of C3 convertase of classical pathway, which splits C3A, which is C3 into C3A and C3B. This C3A is released and it possesses two activities, anaphylatoxin activity and chemotactic activity, and as a result of this is also complementary to the immune response, because anaphylatoxin, it mediates the degranulation of many of the cells like basophils and mast cells, whereas the chemotactic factor, when C3A act as a chemotactic factor, wherever the site of infection is there or wherever antigen is there, at that particular point, this will give a signal to polymorphonuclear leukocytes, that is neutrophils, and these neutrophils will gather at the site, and then they will be mopping up that foreign particles and destroy it, right? So now the complex has changed. Now C3b, which is a bigger fragment, will join the cascade, C3a is released and C3b will join the cascade and bind to the cell surface along with C4b2a and forming a trimolecular complex referred as C4b2a3b. C4b2a3b, this is another biologically active enzyme which is called as C5 convertase. It is called as C5 convertase, and it has an activity to split or act on C5 component. C3b fragment, which is not joining in the reaction, which is not participating in the reaction, these C3b fragment, which apart from binding to the cascade or participating in the cascade, some of the C3b remains in circulation. The fragments not joining the cascade or not joining this trimolecular complex are scattered over the cell membrane, and they contribute to the immune adherence and opsonization. What they do? They will get coated over the surface of the cell and they will act as a chemotactic or chemotaxis. By chemotaxis, they will attract the antibodies to that particular cell, and that cell will be coated with the antibodies, which we normally refer as opsonization. And opsonization What is the ultimate result of opsonization? It promotes phagocytosis. It promotes phagocytosis. So unbound C3b fragment which is not involved means, क्योंकि जितना उसको वहां लगना है, ज्वाइन होना है, उतना वो ज्वाइन होगा. जो बचा हुआ C3b है वो सर्कुलेशन में आएगा, और सर्कुलेशन में आने के बाद क्या होगा, सेल मेम्ब्रेन के ऊपर वो कोट हो जाएगा, एंड इट विल कंट्रीब्यूट टू द अदर immunological reactions like immune adherence and opsonization, which will promote the phagocytosis and removal of the antigenic molecule or destruction of the antigenic molecule, right? So now after this formation of C5 convertase of classical pathway, all other three pathways are having the same path. Now C5 convertase, this, that is C4b2a3b, in the active form will act as C5 convertase and will convert this C5 into C5a and C5b. मतलब C5 कंपोनेंट के ऊपर C5 कन्वर्टेज एक्ट करेगा और उसको स्प्लिट करेगा दो पार्ट्स में, C5a एंड C5b. इसमें भी C5a जो है वही फंक्शन है जो C3a का है. It will be, as being a smaller fragment, it will be in the circulation and possesses anaphylatoxic activity and chemotactic activity. So C5a will be in circulation, whereas C5b, which is a larger fragment, C5b joins the cascade and it promotes the binding of C6 and C7, forming a heat stable trimolecular complex. Otherwise, this C5b is not heat stable. It is heat labile. So it when gets complexed with C6 and C7, इसलिए C5b जब फॉर्म होता है तो ये जल्दी से डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाता है, because it is not stable, it is unstable. So it is very essential that it should be coming in contact, or it should promote the binding of C6 and C7 component. As soon as C6 and C7 component binds to C5b, it forms a stable trimolecular complex referred as C5b67. C5b67. Now this complex actually binds to the cell membrane of target cell and prepares it for the ultimate result, that is lysis of the cell by association or in association with C8 and C9. To this complex C5b67, there is addition of C8 and C9, and addition of C8 and C9 will accelerate the membrane damage and lysis of the cell. The mechanism of lysis is basically forming a hole, puncturing a hole of approximately 100 angstrom diameter into the cell membrane, which will disrupt the osmotic integrity of the membrane, and therefore the ionic fluid which is there inside the cell will come out, and from the outside also it can get it, which will disrupt the osmotic integrity of the membrane, and the membrane will burst out, or the cell will burst out. So the complex C5b67 is also supposed to render unsensitized cells susceptible for the lysis. Many of the cells which are unsensitized, which are referred as bystander cells, these bystander cells are, after getting coated with C5b67, even though they are not following the earlier steps of C1, 2, 3, 4 up to 5, this complex, if it is adhered or if gets adhered on unsensitized bystander cell, they are become susceptible to the lysis by C8 and C9. So not necessary that it will be requiring the whole complement, so that will attack actually. So this is how the complement fixation pathway will work out, right? समजलं का? परत आपण याचं रिव्हिजन एकदा करणार आहोत पाथवे मध्ये, पाथवे बघताना. हे फक्त तुम्हाला लक्षात यावं याच्यासाठी मी सांगितलंय सर्व हे एक एक स्टेप्स. Then coming to alternate pathway. Alternate pathway, as the name indicates, alternate or alternative complement pathway has been described for the first time by Pilmer in 1954. He demonstrated that alternate pathway of properdin, which is a normal serum protein. The central process in the complement cascade, as I stated earlier, is activation of C3, which is considered as a major component of the complement. In the classical pathway, we have seen that activation of C3 is achieved by C3 convertase. Now, what is this C3 convertase? C4b2A, right? Classical, which is referred as classical C3 convertase. Whereas the activation of C3 without prior participation of C4b2A, that is classical C3 convertase, is known as alternate pathway. I repeat, in classical pathway, activation of C3 is achieved by classical C3 convertase, which we have said that it is C4b2A, isn't it? Now, the activation of C3 without prior participation of classical C3 convertase, that is without participation of C4b2A, is known as alternate pathway. Is known as alternate pathway. मतलब C3 तो लगेगा, लेकिन ये C3 का एक्टिवेशन क्लासिकल C3 कन्वर्टेज से नहीं होगा. Means when you talk about stimulus also, antigen antibody complex is not acting as a stimulus here. In alternate complement fixation pathway, if you remember, in one of the slide I have told you that alternate complement fixation pathway is activated by other stimulus, and it is a component of innate immunity. Now, what is the other stimulus in in case of this alternate pathway? The stimulus is zymosan, which is a polysaccharide associated with the cell wall of yeast cell. He has demonstrated the alternate pathway of properdin, which is a normal serum. Properdin is a normal serum, and he stated that this properdin, which is a normal serum like complement, it combines with the polysaccharide, which combines with the polysaccharide, which is referred as zymosan. It is a polysaccharide found to be associated with yeast cell in presence of magnesium ion and forms PZ complex. Now, what is this PZ complex? P stands for properdin and Z stands for zymosan. Z stands for zymosan. So, it is a glycoprotein complex formed. It is a glycoprotein complex formed, and this glycoprotein complex is able to activate C3 directly. This complex in alternate pathway, why it is called as alternate pathway? Because activation of C3 occurs without prior participation of classical C3 convertase, right? Now, this complex, protein polysaccharide complex, activates C3 directly without the help of C1, C4 and C2. It is activated without the help of C1, C4 and C2. So, this complex, glycoprotein complex, is able to activate. So, activation of C3 without prior participation of C142 is known as alternate pathway. Here the C3 and C5 to C9 which are the component responsible for causing lysis of the cell, are activated without the involvement of antigen antibody complex and component 142. So one trick you can keep in mind when you talk about classical pathway, it is C142. It is C142 for activation of C3. Whereas in case of alternate pathway, it is bypassing this. It is bypassing this. So what are the components which are important when we talk about alternate pathway? First one is properdin. As I stated, it is a normal serum resulting into glycoprotein. There is a factor B. There is factor B, which is a serum protein. Factor B is a, so first coming to the first component of alternate pathway, it is properdin P, which is a normal serum protein referred as glycoprotein. It requires magnesium ion and other factors for activation of C3. It requires magnesium ion and other factors for activation of C3. The second factor or the second component is factor B, which is a thermolabile normal serum protein. Factor B, it is a thermolabile normal serum protein, also referred as beta globulin. Also referred as beta globulin. It is also called as C3 proactivator. C3 proactivator, C3PA. It is also called as C3 proactivator and referred as GBG, that is glycine rich beta globulin. It is referred as glycine rich beta globulin. It provides the catalytic subunit for cleavage of C3, right? Further, C3b, it is essential for production of biological activity. Now C3b, which is essential for the production of biologically active cleavage product of this B factor, this C3b will be available at this point from free circulation. If you go back to the classical pathway, as I stated, by after the action of classical C3 convertase, C3 is splitted into C3a and C3b. C3a is released into circulation, whereas C3b is attached in the cascade. Some of the C3b which is not attached to the cascade is free. Now that C3b which is free will be essentially required for the cleavage of this factor B. Factor B is cleaved into active B and small inactive subunits. So this is the second factor which is required or component required in the alternate pathway is factor. The third component is factor D. This factor D, it is actually referred as C3 proactivator convertase. It is referred as C3 proactivator convertase. It has an enzyme activity. It has an enzyme activity. It has an enzyme activity and referred as GBGase, right? So it has ability. It can act on C3b and factor B. C3b and factor B forming a convertase that can actually break down this C3b. And as I stated, the fourth one is C3b, which is normally present in the serum in trace amount. So these are the four factors which are required for alternate pathway. Now let us see this pathways. Okay. Now coming to this pathways, if you talk about, this is the classical pathway, this is alternate pathway, and this is lectin pathway. Coming to the first step, which we talk about activation of the component. As I stated, classical pathway, for classical pathway, antigen antibody complex, it is acting as a stimulus, so it is present on the surface, right? So antigen antibody complex. In alternate pathway, the pathogen surface, as I stated, the pathogen, that is whatever the pathogen is there, many of the yeast cell, Saccharomyces, Salmonella and others, they are having this polysaccharide on their in their as a part of their cell wall, so it reacts with that. So pathogen surface acts as a stimulus here. Here in the lectin pathway, mannose binding lectin. In the lectin pathway, mannose binding lectin is acting as a stimulus. So mannose binding lectin, which is also called as MBL, mannose binding lectin, it binds mannose on the pathogen surface and act as a stimulus. So stimulus are different. Now when you talk about the components of classical pathway, the components are C1Q, C1R, C1S, C4 and 2. So as I stated, 142 you can keep in mind or for remembrance. Classical pathway 142, alternate pathway C3, particularly C3b, B factor and D factor, right? Propedin also is there, C3b, B factor and D factor. B factor and D factor are required here. Whereas when you talk about lectin pathway, mannose binding lectin, along with when it gets activated, it forms a active proteins or proteases, which you can refer as Mannan binding lectin serine protease 1 and 2. MASP1 and MASP2. What is MASP? MASP is Mannan binding lectin serine protease. This is the enzyme. Mannan binding lectin serine 1 and 2 proteases are formed, right? So this, along with that, C4 and C2. C4 and C2 are required. So when you talk about the lectin pathway, it is activated by binding of mannose binding lectin to mannose residues present on the surface of microorganisms or pathogens like Salmonella, Neisseria, Listeria and so forth. Even Candida albicans also possesses this. I repeat, in lectin pathway, the activation is by binding of mannose binding lectin, that is MBL, mannose binding lectin to mannose residues present on the surface of the pathogens, like bacteria, fungi and so forth. Now this MBL is an active phase protein produced in inflammatory response. And if you talk about functions, the MBL function is similar to that of C1Q in the classical pathway. I repeat, the function of MBL, that is mannose binding lectin, is similar to that of C1Q in classical pathway. Can anybody tell me what is the function of C1Q in classical pathway? Can anybody tell me the function of C1Q in classical pathway? As I stated, MBL is having the same function as that of C1Q. So you should know what is the function of C1Q in classical pathway. Anybody? C1Q basically is the first step. It is binding to the domain structure of the immunoglobulin molecule at the Fc region, means it is activation. First activation is brought about by C1Q binding at CH2 and CH4 domain of the immunoglobulin molecule. So here activation, MBL, that is mannose binding lectin, also Mannan binding lectin also has the same function as ClQ. Now after this MBL, that is Mannan binding lectin binds to the foreign surface of a pathogen. When it binds to the surface of a pathogen, specific enzymes, that is Mannan binding lectin serine proteases, MASP1 and MASP2 are formed, which binds to it and form a C1 like active complex. Now there is association of MBL with MASP1 and MASP2. They form a C1 like active complex, a trimolecular complex C1QRS के जैसा बनता है, and later this causes cleavage and activation of C4. So C4 is involved. Association of MBL with MASP1 and MASP2, it cleaves C4 or it acts on C4 and then C2 in the same manner to produce an enzyme called as C3 convertase. This C3 convertase is different from classical C3 convertase. In case of lectin pathway, C3 convertase is formed without need of specific antibody binding with that represent the innate defense mechanism comparable to the alternate pathway, while utilizing classical components except the C1 protein. Only the thing is that C1 protein is not involved. Otherwise you can see, जैसे मैंने कहा कि classical pathway में आप ध्यान में रखो 142, यहां आपको ध्यान में रखना है 42, लेक्टिन पाथवे के लिए 42, क्लासिकल पाथवे के लिए 142. क्लासिकल पाथवे में C1, C4 और C2 इन्वॉल्व है, लेक्टिन पाथवे में ओनली 4 and 2 are involved, whereas in alternate pathway it directly start with C3b and two factors, factor B and factor D are involved for formation of C3 convertase, right? And once this C3 convertase is formed, all other things are same, all other things are same. So C3 convertase, उसमें जो C3 convertase के बाद क्या होता है, it acts on C3 and splits this C3 into C3a and C3b. So C3a and is a smaller fragment, then it comes to C4, C5, C5 is splitted, then C5a is a smaller fraction. So these smaller fractions whatever are formed, these are released into circulation, these are having or possesses peptide, it acts as a peptide mediators and possesses the ability of inflammation. It also act as a chemotactic for chemoattractant, rather you can say, for phagocytic cell, that is polymorphonuclear leukocytes and macrophages or monocytes and so forth. Whereas the larger fraction, that is C3b, in case of the classical pathway or alternate pathway or lectin pathway, this C3b will be further following the same path, that it will first form a C3b convertase, cleave C5b convertase, it will cleave C5b into A and B, C5a will come here, C5b will be in the cascade, then it will attract C6 and C7 and this will form a stable complex. Further it will attract 8 and 9 and it will form a membrane attack complex, MAC. It is called as MAC, membrane attack complex is formed. This particularly C9 is able to dig a hole in the cell membrane of around 100 angstrom diameter and it will create the osmotic imbalance and the cell will lyse. But here the other arm is when the C3b it gets into circulation, some of the C3b will attach here but some will get in circulation. This C3b which is not participating in this binding, this will be complement bind to the complement receptor on the phagocytes, act as opsonization. It will be responsible for opsonization of pathogen, that is, it will be coated on the surface of these organisms and it will be able to remove the immune complexes. So this is all with respect to the lectin pathway, classical pathway, and so this up to this there is difference and then it is same. होप यू आर गेटिंग मी. सो ये एक ट्रिक है आपको याद रखने के लिए कि क्लासिकल पाथवे में क्या होता है, लेक्टिन पाथवे में क्या होता है और अल्टरनेट पाथवे में क्या होता है. तो आपको ध्यान में ये रखना है, क्लासरूम जैसे अपना अभी क्लासरूम है, तो क्लासरूम में लेक्चर चल रहा है या लेक्चरर पढ़ा रहा है. क्लासरूम है, क्लासरूम में लेक्चरर पढ़ा रहा है एक पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट. ठीक है. So C, L and S, right? So classroom में क्लास, ये एक्चुअली क्लासरूम फॉर क्लासिकल पाथवे, लेक्चर या लेक्चरर फॉर लेक्टिन पाथवे, एंड द सब्जेक्ट, अल्टरनेट सब्जेक्ट, आई मीन टू से अल्टरनेट सब्जेक्ट जो ऑप्शनल सब्जेक्ट होता है वो सब्जेक्ट पढ़ा रहा है वो लेक्चरर, सो दैट स्टैंड्स फॉर अल्टरनेट पाथवे. ये एक ट्रिक है. तो क्या है क्लासिकल पाथवे में, जैसे मैंने कहा कि अपर जो पार्ट है C1QRS, so C1 is involved, C4 is involved, C2 is involved for getting C3 convertase. So when you talk about class, that is classroom, which stands for classical, so class 142, class number 142 या रूम नंबर 142 आप ध्यान में रखिए. तो क्लासिकल पाथवे में 142 ध्यान में अगर रखते हो तो 1, that is indicating that C1, C4 and C2 are involved in formation of classical C3 convertase, and C3 will get splitted into C3A and B. A ऊपर जाएगा, B अटैच होगा and it will be leading to lysis. वैसे अगर लेक्टिन पाथवे में आप करेंगे तो दूसरा जो अपने को ध्यान में रखना है वो लेक्चर. तो लेक्चर ले रहा है, समझो फॉर एग्जांपल लेक्चर इज गोइंग ऑन इन नंबर 42 ध्यान में रखना है. दैट इज इंडिकेट्स दैट component C4 and C2 are involved in, along with that lectin and MAPS, MAPS is involved, MASP actually it is, MASP it is involved, that is Menin binding lectin serine protease. So यहां 4 कंपोनेंट आपको लगेंगे एक्टिवेशन के लिए, लेक्टिन, MAPS, MASP1, 2 and 4, 2. So as far as component is concerned, 4 and 2 you will keep in mind. Along with that it requires lectin and MAPS, which are MASP, which are the proteins. So get C3. And in alternate pathway, as I stated, the alternate subject for the study, the alternate subject for the study is the class of developmental biology. Developmental biology, that is C3B, D, B. This is D and B. These are the factors. यहाँ component नहीं लगते, यहाँ factor लगता है, D factor and B factor. And C3 it also required. So C3P. P stands for what? Properdin. P stands for properdin. So ये एक छोटा सा ट्रिक है, इसमें इतना कुछ ज्यादा ये नहीं है. आप C3 अगर एक बार मिल जाता है, इस 3 हिसाब से अगर आपको एक बार C3 मिल जाए तो C3, फिर बाकी इधर सेम है, ये जो फंक्शन है वो सेम है. C4A, C3A and C5A, these are acting as anaphylatoxin, whereas C5B is also responsible for inflammation. C3B also is responsible for inflammation. So which are not involved in cascade formation, they are involved in this reaction, immunological reaction. C4A, C3B, right, responsible for opsonization. C3A, C5b responsible for inflammatory reactions. That is acting as a chemo sensor, chemo messenger, will attract the polymorphonuclear leukocytes and macrophages at the site of infection. And finally, when it goes here, it is C5, 6, 7, 8, 9 complex, which ultimately results into lysis. It is called as membrane attack complex. This complex is called as membrane attack complex. C5 is stabilized by the action of 6 and 7, and 8, when it comes in, it prepares a membrane attack complex, and then it comes to the 9. 9 actually is able to dig hole into the cell membrane, but it on its own cannot do that job unless and until it is done, prepared by C5, 6, 7, 8. C5, 6, 7, 8 will prepare a site on the surface of the organism where it is bound, and then this C9 will come and it will dig a hole of around 100 angstrom, and it will lyse the cell, permeate the cell, the permeability barrier will change, and the cell will be lysed. So this is all with respect to complement system. Again, this is the pathway which you can take a snapshot and try to understand the things by seeing this. जो मैंने आज बातें कही है, आप इसको, आपको 2-3 ऑप्शंस है, देखिए आप 2-3 ऑप्शंस में जो इजी लगता है वो पाथवे ध्यान में रखने की कोशिश कीजिए, राइट। और इसमें अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है तो आप कभी भी पूछ सकते हो, वी कैन हैव टॉक ऑन दैट ऑल्सो। अब ये थोड़ा सा इजी है आपको समझने के लिए, इसका भी एक स्नैपशॉट लेके रखिए आप। तो जो मैंने अभी बातें कही है वो आप उसको सुनिए, ये सामने रख के सुनिए तो चीजें थोड़ी इजी हो जाएंगी। जैसे ये क्लासिकल पाथवे, ये अल्टरनेट पाथवे है, लेक्टिन पाथवे। जो ऊपर का पार्ट मैंने कहा कि अप टू C3 कन्वर्टेज नियर अबाउट सेम है, उसके बाद फिर डिफरेंस है C5 कन्वर्टेज आने के बाद। C5 कन्वर्टेज हर इसमें अलग है, C3 कन्वर्टेज अलग है, C5 कन्वर्टेज अलग है। यहां आप देखेंगे अगर लेक्टिन पाथवे में C5 कन्वर्टेज की बात करेंगे आप तो C4b, C2a, C3b is acting as a C5 convertase, whereas in case of alternate pathway it is C3b, BB, C3b is acting as a C5 convertase, whereas in case of classical pathway it is C4b, C2a and C3b which is acting as a convertase. तो ये जो बातें हैं ये वैसे ऐसे एट ए ग्लांस आप अगर देखो इसको तो वो थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड लगता है, लेकिन ये बिल्कुल कॉम्प्लिकेटेड नहीं है। आपको अगर नोमेनक्लेचर और सीक्वेंस पता है, जैसे मैंने कहा कि क्लासिकल पाथवे में 142, अल्टरनेट पाथवे में जो है वो आपको फैक्टर्स है बी एंड डी फैक्टर्स, राइट, देयर आर बी एंड डी फैक्टर्स, whereas in case of lectin pathway 42, 4 and 2 components are involved there. So that these things if you keep in mind, then other यहां से लेकर इधर तो सेम ही है। C5 कन्वर्टेज के बाद तो सब तीनों इसमें सेम है। तो लास्ट स्टेप इज कॉम्प्लीमेंट एक्टिवेशन वेयर द मेम्ब्रेन अटैक कॉम्प्लेक्स इज फॉर्म। So C9 will play an important role. So ultimate aim of complement fixation is digging a hole in the membrane and lysing the cell, right? So hope I am clear with this. I am clear with this, and I am now if you have any questions or queries regarding this, you can unmute yourself, you can even start